I'm gonna work on getting this grade set. I'm gonna have to move this topsoil from that pipe on over in this pile right here. I'll try to push this all together. Let's get the tractor and get started. dry out. I can already tell since this morning that it's considerably drier than it was whenever I first started. So I think if I give it a day, I'll be able to work this clay a little bit more and get it leveled out and then start leveling out the topsoil. So there's more to come. All right, it's been about 3 days. I apologize, it's extremely windy today. Been about 3 days and this clay has dried out quite a bit. So I've got the pulverizer hooked up to the backhoe, took the loader off, backhoe off of it. And we'll get started dressing this a little bit, try to spruce this up before I put the topsoil down. Well, my GoPro decided to flake out on me, so this part of the video is a little bit glitchy. Not a big fan of the GoPro cameras. I don't know what you guys think of them. Let me know down in the comments if you've had issues with yours as well. it's on the seating and strawing. I've got an old bag of seed here. I'm going to go ahead and dump it in the new bag and mix it up because I don't know how well it's going to germinate. So that way if I mix it in, my dispersion will be a lot better. I'll have a lot better chance of getting stuff to grow where the old stuff gets spread. If I were to just spread all the old stuff in one area, it may not come up. This is just fescue that I got from the local farm store. That should be pretty good. Just a regular old broadcast seed spreader, manual. The way this works is you just loop the strap over your head. It's got a little curved plastic section. You can put it up against your waist. I like to keep it a little bit high. It's a little bit easier to use. And then this lever will open it up. And I've actually got this set where you can pull this back to a certain point. When you open it up, it'll open a little plate in there and let that seed come out, and you just start cranking it, it'll start spreading it. But I do like to keep my thumb on this, and I can adjust the amount that I allow to spread out by pulling it back. It'll open it up bigger if I want to put a little bit more in a certain area, or maybe there's a little bit of a clog in the bag itself inside the spreader. And then to close it off, you just pull down on that lever and it'll click into place. That closes it off. Any slight little breeze, which I've got a little bit of one now, I don't know if you can tell, but whenever I got over to that corner, that wind is coming off the back side of that building, and as soon as it caught that wind, it just blew the stuff all down off of that corner. So I had to kind of go around the corner there and lay a little bit of seed down there. But I'm going to go ahead to this is the south side. I'm going to go ahead to the north side. I'm going to go ahead to the north side and hit that up and kind of do the same thing I did over here, and then on the back I can run north and south along there and get that seed spread. I've only got 50 pounds here. And if you're wondering, this stuff's $85 for a 50-pound bag. You just have to work with the wind. You can't try to fight it. Some would probably say that I need to take a rake and rake over that, but I'm just gonna let it lay on the top. We'll get straw put down. That corner right up there isn't going to maintain. That wind's just ripping around that corner. It doesn't, I mean, it's not that windy, it's just a little breezy, but it doesn't take much to move that straw. Get some subscribers.
Oh man, I'll go put my blanket on and then you'll get some subscribers. Nah, I doubt it.
Zero then. Well, that about does it for this project. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of grief for covering up these downspout let outs, but there's not that much dirt pushed up against them. I'm not that worried about it. I think it's all going to punch out pretty easy with any kind of rainfall. We'll take a stroll around and take a look at this. Oh, I get hay fever real bad. It's tearing me up. I can't spend a whole lot of time in a loft. But like that one, you can see it's right there. It's daylighting. And if you haven't watched any of the other videos up to this point, I recommend going back. I'll put a link up here in the corner about there to the playlist on this, starting from the beginning. Well, if any of you have been watching my other videos, this trailer's gone finally. I gotta get back up here and get this mess cleaned up, but I'm gonna grab a couple of these stepping stones for over there at the timber frame garage, so we don't have to walk in the mud whenever we go up to that walk door. Well, some of you may be wondering why I picked up this roll of straw blanket. Well, this is why. The day the 2 days after I spread seed and strawed this, we got about 25-mile-an-hour winds, and it blew all of it, most all the straw away, and whatever seed didn't blow away, the birds probably gobbled up. So I've got that that roll I'm going to start up there in the corner where the truck is at, and I'm going to roll it down the hill here. The stuff's pretty heavy, so I've got the loader here. I'm just going to retrieve it, cut it off, and haul it back up to the top. But yeah, this is the mess that I've got now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the straw that's on here right now, and I'm going to rake it off, because I don't want that. I don't want to lay that blanket over top of this. It's going to be too much straw on top of that seed, and it won't ever germinate. And I'll just spread that straw along here on the outside where it doesn't have a whole lot, so it won't really go to waste. So I'm going to end up spreading a little bit more seed as well. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got about an 8 to 12 mile an hour breeze right now, so it's not awful. It's about like it was whenever I first seeded it the first time. So I used 9 bales on this the first go around. They're about $4 a piece. So it's about 36 bucks. That roll of over 500 feet by 8 foot long straw blanket is 180 bucks. And I need about 350 feet of that. So we'll see how close it comes out. These are the staples I'm using, just a round head on them. I don't have a lot of them, so I've got to make these count. So we ran out of the staples, so we just got some of this mechanical wire. Just stringing some out and going about 3 inches, bending it. Cut me a piece off. It works okay. Better than nothing. See if we can't get another gust to show up. All right, here we are a couple months later, and as you can see, the grass has started to come in finally. We had quite a bit of a drought almost for a couple months where we didn't get hardly any rain, and the last couple days, last 2 days, we got about 6 inches of rain, so that helped get some of this popping up. But I know there's some patchy areas that really haven't filled in very nicely, but it'll fill in by the end of next spring. It'll be fairly thick. As you can see here, the electricians came in and they actually ended up hitting this downspout here. They did a little bit of repair to it, but that's why that's a little bit beat up or torn up. If you look, there's a line running out there, the turkey shed. We're gonna end up getting power in that. That'll probably be another episode, different video. But they ended up, you can see that pole with that meter is over there now. They ended up putting a box in here and running the power over and tying into that pole. So there is power in the building now. So we got power on the walls and lights in the attic. Well, that pretty much sums up the series on this timber frame garage. If you like what you saw, like the series, comment down below and give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.